With us, Chris Stimson, head coach for Paton-Churdan, pulling out a 1-point win over Exira EHK. Came down to the wire. Take us through the clutch stages of the game and how you guys were able to pull it out.
Well, I just told the kids, what we needed to do offensively on the side of the ball is we needed to value each possession and make sure that we were taking, choice shots. Didn't want to force anything. We wanted to be very patient on the offensive side of the ball. And then we had to take Noah Pettipier out of the game. I didn't want to get beat on that outside shot of his, and so down the stretch we turned around and kind of went man on him and stayed in zone with the rest of the guys, and just we had to buckle down the hatches and make sure that they didn't hit that short corner and knock one in.
Who drew the assignment there on Pettipier, and how important was it, the job that they did?
Well, we kind of split it up between the two, Jake Burns and Joe Thiede. And, they did the same thing against the Courtney kid from Guthrie Center the other night. And those are two kids that I can count on that are going to be out there and they're going to follow him around and make sure that if nothing else, he may get the basketball, but it's going to be a shot that they're going to be contested.
Some pretty big play offensively. Chase Jurgensen hit some perimeter shots. You had Joe Tower hit some key free throws. Who are some of the guys that gave you just enough offense to get it done?
Well, I'll tell you, when you take a guy that's averaging 20 points a game and you hold him to 8, I think that's a combination. And it might not be the guys that score, always that are keeping it there. But Joe Towers had a nice game, like you said. Chase Jurgensen did a great job, both on the offensive defensive side of the ball, and the rest of the clan that stepped up tonight too.
In the first half, just to keep it close with the foul trouble that you had, did you feel pretty good about where you were going in the locker room?
When Noah picked up his second or his third, he's been a big part of our program. He's been a big part of our offensive defense. He's a great leader out there on the floor, and I got a little nervous. I'm not going to lie with that one. But the other kids, we may not have scored any points, but we did hold them, I think, to 9. After Noah went out defensively. So they did step it up on that end of the floor.
Was that one of your better defensive games all year?
I would have to say that ranks right up there with the Arweva game, probably.
Have you had that many games that have been 4 or 5 lead changes, a couple of ties in the fourth quarter like that close all the way through?
No, probably not so much. Especially down the stretch here, we've done a pretty good job after we got beat by Boyer Valley of kind of stepping up and doing the things that we needed to do. But again, it's when you're playing Exira Elkhorn, Kimballton, and Coach Newton, like I told you today in the interview, he does a great job of getting his kids to play hard, and they showed it again tonight.
Back-to-back district finals for a group that just about 4 years ago hadn't won a single game, with a bunch of young guys out there at the varsity level. What does it mean for the program to win this one?
Well, I'll tell you, it's huge, and a lot of credit. Obviously the groundwork was laid, with the first group that I had. But the small senior class and the graduates that I had last year, did a great job of showing these kids what it takes to be successful on the basketball court.
We catch up at halftime of the Audubon IKM Manning game. You'll play the winner. Your impressions on the level of play out here in the first half?
We're going to definitely have to bring our A game on Thursday night. They're both quality programs, and they like to get up and down the floor, and we're going to have to figure some things out, but I guess that's what I get paid the big dollars for.
Sounds good, Coach. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.